one night in Bangkok. And the world's your oyster.
Then we went to go and see the Golden Buddha, which is meant to bring you good luck if you go and pray to it.
Most people were leaving flowers and they were burning incense, but there were even large elephants and things that people would pay to put them near the temple.
So they were hanging all these flowers over the railings.
Around the other side, the guy would be chucking them in the rubbish and wheeling them away.
Oh, I just thought that was really amusing.
There were some dancers there. And they looked really bored and they looked like they did it every hour of every day and they were just fed up. That evening we set off on the overnight train up to Chiang Mai, going through the night streets of Bangkok. We passed the King's Palace and the King's Train, which looked very grand. The King's Palace went on for miles, it was huge.
And we arrived the next morning. We had a walk around Chiang Mai.
It's got an old city that was once walled and it's surrounded by canals. It was the King's birthday and they put up golden hearts from all around the world to the King, saying happy birthday, I'd imagine, most of them. We walked to Chiang Mai Park.
And there were lots of puppies and pullovers, which has been my favourite thing, the puppies and pullovers.
And it had some guys playing a form of hacky sack, where you have a ball that you kick with your legs and you try to get it into essentially a basketball. It looked very difficult because we didn't really see them get any in, but it looked like a fun game. That evening we went to the night market, quite huge.
And I did lots of shopping.
We were looking for a painting to buy, but we couldn't really find anything. A lot of them were quite cheesy, really. Got a tuk-tuk. I went for a ride to a rooftop bar. Quite enjoyed the rooftop bar, actually. It's good fun.
And the next day, took a taxi up to the top of Doi Suthep, which is the mountain that overlooks Chiang Mai, and there's a very famous temple up there that's meant to be super holy.
People from all over Thailand come to worship there.
And it's a really beautiful temple, really ornate.
There were so many Buddhas and people praying, worshipping, giving their respects. And there was also a green Buddha, which was really striking.
And they had all these traditional dancers and these school kids playing these kind of traditional Thai instruments.
Real amazing place.
Afterwards we went to see the Royal Flower Festival.
Which I didn't think it'd be that good.
Which was in this huge park.
It was an amazing lookout tower. It looked like something out of Star Wars.
We could see right out across the festival. And there were lots of really beautiful orchids. And when Tony got very bored of me taking all the pictures of the orchids. The next day
we went and did some Thai cooking.
And we cooked lots of delicious dishes such as chicken curry with crispy noodles and spicy salad with pork and chilli.
In the countryside outside Chiang Mai, and it had a nice view over the fields overlooking the cows as we ate beef, looking at the cows.
Our last day we went for a bike ride.
We stopped at a few temples on the way.
We saw one with a big fat golden Buddha.
So many golden Buddhas in Chiang Mai. Well, there's so many Buddhas, lots of Buddhas. The Thais love their Buddhas.
Stopped off at one of the most historic temples in Thailand.
And there was a monk giving a bit of a sermon to some devotees.
And then we cycled 20 kilometres.
And it was a very hot day. We had a couple of little hills to go up, but the lake was absolutely gorgeous.
Here we are by Lake No Name.
There's swans on the lake, well, people and swans.
It's lovely. Then we cycled back and we stopped at this place where they had all these amazing flowers which have all been set up for the King's birthday. The next day we left Chiang Mai on the train. Arrived in Bangkok just as sun rising, so we drove through Bangkok and saw the sunrise, which was really lovely.
Amazing to see the city in that light. It looks beautiful.
And then we got a flight down to Krabi. We only spent one day in Krabi, but we went down to Ao Nang, which is the main beach down there.
Among these limestone cliffs, which the area is quite well known for.
Had a little bit of a swim, had some beers, and watched the sun come down. And then we had a gorgeous fish barbecue.
And there was a dog with an ear up.
Puppy with the one up here and one down here. It was really cute. But the best thing about the whole trip to Ao Nang was the taxi ride back.
It was like a little tuk-tuk.
It was like a disco bike. It had like banging techno music coming out.
Big booming speakers and a video screen.
And then he changed it and he put karaoke on.
He did karaoke.
It was brilliant.
We were singing along, well, sometimes.
It was the best taxi ride I've ever had. So the next day we went to Lanta,
Which is a large island off the west coast of Thailand.
and we went to Kantiang Bay and stayed at a little resort there.
Fairly unspoilt really, it's got a couple of kind of resorts on it and not too much else. I really liked it for that.
Just kind of hung out on the beach, saw a beautiful sunset.
The sun came down among all the boats and the longtails in the harbour.
And then had another fish barbecue.
We had parrotfish, which doesn't really sound like something that you should eat, but it was delicious all the same.
We were just having a stroll along the beach and we saw there were all these crabs.
So we went hunting for crabs.
Crabs! Everywhere! There's crabs! It's because we were trying to be David Attenborough and film them. It's night time in Koh Lanta and we're hunting for crabs. But we didn't do a very good job.
And we saw some, but not many. They were a little bit difficult.
But it was loads of fun trying to find them. And then after Koh Lanta we came to Rayleigh. Rayleigh's a really amazingly beautiful place actually. I've not been before, but it's got these huge cliffs.
Rock climbers love it because they can climb up and do their thing. Which looks really hard. There's some amazing rock climbing actually that goes on here. And I just can't believe these people hang off their fingertips, you know. Some of them look like they were having a bit of trouble. But others were just amazing. And they just clambered up this massive mountain face.
We stayed in these little bungalows up in the trees and it feels like I'm in a tree house.
Go out over some of the limestone cliffs.
We did loads of walks
Among the foot of the limestone cliffs.
So there's all these stalagmites hanging down.
That had all been eaten away into all sorts of interesting shapes.
It's just like really impressive. And you kind of go through that and each section just gets more and more amazing. And then you come out
To Ao Nang Cave Bay.
and there was all these monkeys there.
They've been cheeky little monkeys.
Then you walked a bit further and there was this strange cave with all these phalluses, which was obviously something kind of sacred. And then we went snorkeling and saw loads of fish and it was just like, this just gets better and better. It was really good.
Rayleigh's just an amazing place. It's one of the most beautiful places I've actually seen in Thailand. I think the limestone cliffs are just incredible. The beaches are beautiful and really scenic, and it's a gorgeous place.